Hi Gemini, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. My name's Carol and this is going to be a general reading for mid-December 2024. It'll be my last reading of the year for you. And so today what we're going to be looking at is a pattern that's showing up in your life right now for healing. And patterns are really important because a lot of times people ask me, how do you begin your healing journey, or how do you know what you need to heal? And my answer would be, a couple things. First of all, looking at our emotional triggers, and whatever somebody or something triggers you, that is definitely something that is inside of you that is coming up for healing. And the same thing with patterns. When we notice that people treat us the same way over and over again, we look at people's behavior and how they're treating us, or just things in our life are happening. Different people are coming into our life over and over again, and we can't understand why. So it's really important to look at patterns in our life, because that is definitely something that you've learned when you were younger, something that's happened to you when you were younger, and it's coming up for you to heal. So we're going to be using the old style tarot. All right, I'm going to pick 3 cards from that, and then I'm just going to use the Rider-Waite deck to clarify. And I just have one announcement to make before we begin the reading, and that's that come January, I have decided to change the format of the way I put out my readings. So rather than give you a monthly reading and a mid-month reading, I will be putting out one reading at a time. There will be no dates on my readings. So when you receive my reading, it's meant for you. If it comes into your feed, it's meant for you. So you may get 2 readings a month. You may get 3, 4, depending on the cycle. There is no, as far as I'm concerned, like I will have no calendar where it's time to put out your reading. It's just going to come out. Okay. So let's start off with, let's find a pattern for Gemini. 1 card for that. 1 card for Gemini for a pattern that's showing up in their life right now. You have the 6 of Swords in reverse. And now, and then I'm going to look at what aspect of your shadow is driving this particular pattern. So the shadow is those things of ours that we've buried in our unconscious, things that we were told when we were younger, emotions that we were meant that weren't allowed to come out, and we had to put them away. So there's things that we put away that we could have been very shamed for, things we've repressed, things we don't want to look at again, our memories, our trauma, and we don't know what's in our unconscious. But that is what's going to be impacting this particular pattern that's coming up right now for you to heal. It's coming from your shadow right here. And so I've left a really good video in my description box below called My Powerful 4-Step Guide for Healing. And it's a video about that's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares. And it's a video about facing your own shadow. And you can have a look at that if you're interested. So let's have 1 card for what's coming up for healing from your shadow, Gemini. 1 card for what's coming up for healing from your shadow. Well, you have 2, and this bottom one came out first. You have the Page of Pentacles, and then you have the 5 of Wands. Just started using this deck, and it's interesting because it was already came to me in a sort of a position where the cards were folded already. So I can see they're not sitting straight on the table, which is bizarre. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for advice from the tarot. Sometimes when I struggle with the cards, it's like, do I tell these people that are watching me that I'm struggling with these cards right now? Oops, that's way too many. About 10 of them came out. Okay, I'm struggling with these cards right now. Oh. One card, please, not 15. All right, let's see if one card shows up here. There we go. There we go. And it is the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. Put those away happily. And I'm going to take out my Rider-Waite and see how that goes. I'm not sure about that deck. I'm going to see if I can maybe return it because it's... I don't like how it's sitting. It's folded on the table as well. It's curved. All right. But it's going to be a good reading, I promise. Okay, Six of Swords. Six of Swords for you. A couple of clarifiers for the Six of Swords. Couple cards, please. Okay, we got... Oh, there's one over here that came up too. All right. Oh, and there's one here. I'm going to keep... I'm torn. Okay. I'm going to put those up there. See how they fit in. Ten of Cups in reverse. Strength card. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. And a couple more cards here. So, see if these cards can behave. Gemini, you have a reading where these cards just aren't behaving right now. Seems to be the theme. It's funny because it's two decks. One's new, and the other one, the Rider-Waite one, this particular one I haven't used in a while. So it's like, I'm working them in. Couple cards, please. There's one, and one more. There we go. Okay, turn all these around. Okay, the Moon card and the King of Swords for you. And finally, let's make this easy. Two more cards here for the Nine of Cups. Okay, we'll do it this way. Nine of Cups. Oh, it's too many. Try that again. Perfect. Thank you. The World card and the Page of Pentacles. Which is interesting because the Page of Pentacles is in your shadow as well. So, Gemini, after we got those cards out, it was such a struggle. Which means this is going to be a very important reading for you. We have the Six of Swords to start off with as a pattern that's showing up in your life again, and it's in reverse. The Six of Swords for me talks about... you have this, I call him the gondolier man right here, steering this boat with this image of this this mother and the child that need to be brought to some safer waters. Because right here you can see that in the corner here, over here and over here, that the waters are very rough, and he's trying to get to this smoother area for you. And this card in particular talks about, for me, is talks about safety. It's my safety card, and it's very important that when we do this healing journey, that we feel safe that we are safe and that we feel safe on this journey. Oftentimes we can be in a relationship with someone. It doesn't have to be an intimate partner, but it could be someone we're with. It could be a friend, could be a colleague at work, but we feel like this person is safe for us. And we can actually convince ourselves that this sort of person that's around us is providing some sort of protection for us, when in reality they can be re-traumatizing us, and they can be not safe for us. And so I think you are in a position now, because this is in reverse, where you're needing to see this. Because when a card is in reverse, it tells me that there's a block or there is a resistance to seeing something. And I think you need to see that there is a relationship in your life right now that you're in, that you maybe know that you're not safe around this person, or you think that this person is safe, which maybe sounds like it, because there's a resistance to looking at this and bringing awareness to the fact that maybe, this relationship needs to end because this person is not safe for you. And right behind it is the Ten of Cups in a reverse position. The Ten of Cups talks about these emotions that we have, complete access to our emotions. And, when you're a child, for example, you are born into this world with all of these emotions that you're meant to use and you're meant to have. And so we have access to that. And we still have it as an adult too. But I'm seeing here that you've either shut down your feelings, or you're in a position, because you're not in a safe place, you're in a position where you're not allowed to express your emotions, all of your emotions. If you are in a situation where you're having to hold back how you feel, then that is not a safe place. So what are you afraid of? What are you afraid that will happen to you if you express these emotions with this individual? And that is a sign that if you have some fear around this individual, then, it's a sign that it's something that you need to bring awareness to. Why do you have fear? Because we are allowed to express all of our emotions. And then the Strength card comes in for you. And the Strength card is a major arcana card. So it's like this universal force that comes in around you and says, you have the strength. You have the strength to look at this. You have the strength to look at this situation and find out, look at this woman that's prying open the mouth. It's like you have the strength to speak what you feel. And, but for some reason, I think you're feeling like some fear maybe that's blocking you from that strength to say anything. And also these two cards that kind of, came out were turned over in the deck. So the Five of Pentacles is again, it's reversed. And so the Five of Pentacles to me speaks about these two individuals that don't feel worthy enough to go into this place, to get themselves some shoes, get themselves some clothes. It's like they're not even looking. They're not even feeling like they're worthy enough to even consider it. And maybe that's what you're sitting in right now. You are feeling like you're not even, willing to. Maybe you feel like you don't deserve this for some reason, and you're sitting in this position that you don't deserve to say how you feel about this situation. And the Eight of Cups comes in here, and it's in reverse. And the Eight of Cups talks about this individual that's walking away from all these cups right here. They're not walking away from their emotions. If you look at the background here, there's some shadows. The sun is there's some shadows that are coming through over here on the mountains, and this individual is walking away to do some shadow work, walking away to do some work on themselves, taking that inwards journey and finding out, why are they afraid? Why are you afraid to say what you feel? And there is a resistance on your part to looking at that, because maybe you don't feel worthy enough to look at, where is this fear coming from? And so this is a pattern that's coming up for you, where you feel like, you don't feel worthy enough to speak your mind, to use your voice. And, you're feeling too beaten up. You're feeling too, just like you don't deserve to do that in this relationship. And so what is coming up here, this is your outer world at the top. This is what you're consciously aware of this situation right here. What you're not aware of, what you're unconsciously aware of, what is sitting in your shadow right now, that's your inner world. And whatever is coming up from healing in your inner world, it's going to be reflected in your outer world. So we've already looked at what's being reflected here for you. Now let's see what's going on here in your shadow that is impacting what situation you're sitting in right now. Well, you start off with the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is, first of all, the page is a court card. And our court cards, my pages, my knights, my kings, and my queens, they all ask us to bring awareness to something. And when a page comes up in my deck, my pages represent our inner children. We have more than one inner child. I know that mainstream psychology likes to say we just have one, but I've been on my own intensive healing shadow work journey for quite a while. And I know that I have more than one inner child, because our inner children hold our big emotions, and they hold our trauma, our memories. And this particular inner child, the Pentacle, knew what it was like when they were younger to be in their body. 4, 5, 6 years old, they were in their body. They knew what it felt like to be grounded and to be able to feel all their emotions, right? And just to be themselves. And so that part of you where you became ungrounded, where you just kind of lost sense of, who you were. When we become ungrounded, we tend to go up in our heads. We go out of our body because we find when we're younger, when things happen to us, our body is not a safe place for us anymore. If there's some trauma that comes in, if something happens to us, because that's where our emotions are, these big emotions, and we can't feel those when we're younger. So these younger parts of us will take them on. And so you have a younger child right now that's wanting your attention, that's wanting you to listen to them and to understand them, because they have something to tell you, they have something to heal. And there's this 5 of Wands that comes right after it, and you can see this individual where this one actually looks like he's beating someone over the head with the baton. Now 5s are about conflict, and in this particular, the Wands are about our purpose and what we came here for. And this particular card talks about when we're on this journey, we start off and we're very young, we're always trying to get to our real purpose and who we are, our authenticity. And oftentimes we'll come up against these feelings of feeling less than someone else. This is really, like I call this card, a battle of the egos, about who's got the bigger baton, and so we can really start to compare ourselves. And it's sitting here right behind your Page of Pentacles. And so you have this younger child of yours that is really feeling less than, that is really feeling unimportant. There's something in your childhood where you were meant to feel like you didn't matter. And that's where this is coming from here. And that emotion that I'm talking about is our shame. And shame is something that's given to us. It's passed down to us from generation to generation to generation. It's not something that we're born with. People give us their shame. They shame us because they have shame. And so I'm seeing here, and that's where this unworthiness is coming from right now for you, where you're feeling this less than, unworthy, this shame, and that is what's causing you to hold back when there's the fly. I tried to get rid of this fly. I knew it would come on my table. That's what's holding back your unworthiness when you're being asked to speak, but you have this younger child in yours that needs healing. And because they were shamed, maybe for speaking, maybe they were shamed for saying what they felt. And then you have the moon card. And the moon card talks about our intuition. It also talks about these things that are unseen. It's a real feminine card. It talks about things that we just don't know about, that are unseen. And so I think there are some things here that that you are not aware of, that are sitting in your shadow, that taught you to not feel safe feeling your emotions. And then you have this King of Swords here, which is very interesting. Another court card here. So this king is asking you to bring awareness to your masculine side. The king is our masculine side, and the queen is our feminine side. And we all have both of those sides. It doesn't have anything to do with our gender. But the king with the sword by itself is all about our authenticity. This is the sort of truth, right? Well, it's interesting that you have this ego self of yours, which is the masculine side of us, that's sitting right at the end here. And it's holding the sword of your truth. In fact, it's blocking your authenticity. When we are younger and we are told to put our emotions away, when we are shamed into believing that we're not worthy of showing our emotions, or we're just not worthy of being who we're meant to be, we put that stuff away in our unconscious, and then we go out into society as an adult and we put on our masks, because this real person of ours is not allowed to come out. It's in our unconscious. You were told to put it away. So you have all these masks. This ego self will make sure to keep you up in your head as an adult and continue to carry on these masks, because they're petrified of you showing your emotions. Because if you were to show your emotions, you know what would happen to you when you were younger, things that maybe you're not aware of. And so this ego self will continue to wreak havoc in our life when we're older, and it'll continue to block these emotions that need to come out right here for you, because it only remembers the past, and it only remembers that you were taught not to take those emotions out. And so it's petrified when it comes time for you to speak, or when you think that you want to speak and say what you feel. It'll immediately block you and tell you, don't you dare go there. That is very, very dangerous. And that keeps you up in your head. It doesn't let you go into your body where your emotions are. And so how can you start to heal this? How can you begin to get your voice back? How can you begin to get in touch with that younger child of yours that needs to heal? Because when they were younger, they were shamed for speaking their truth. You have the Nine of Cups here, and this is in reverse. And in an upright position, this particular individual is has decided that he has all these Nine of Cups. I mean, he's celebrating here. Look, he's even got this. He's opening up his treasure. He thinks he's won. He thinks he's won the race here, some imaginary race that he's been, in, and he's saluting to the end. But this isn't the end of the cups. There's 10 cups, and here we are. Here are the 10 cups right here that you're not willing to feel. And so this particular individual is what I call my spiritual bypasser, or my shadow bypasser. It's that individual that has decided that, you know what, I'm done feeling. I don't want to feel anymore. I've been hurt in the past, and I've been shamed for my feelings, and I'm done feeling. I'm not feeling anymore. I'm not touching my emotions. And so it's in reverse here, because there's a real resistance to turning this card around and taking up that 10 of Cups. You have one more cup here. It's asking you, it's like the Ace of Cups here. It's on offer for you. It's like, it's okay. it's time to start feeling again. It's time to start getting in touch with these emotions. What happened to you here that's sitting in your shadow that needs to, what are the emotions that need to be felt here? There's some real closure that wants to come here. Some real, you know, just the world card can mean closure for me, and it can also mean like to find some sort of a middle ground here. Like, how can you begin here? Well, they want you to begin. The tarot wants you. The advice is to begin with your little page. Begin with your little page of pentacles. Begin to try to get in contact and listen to your inner child and what they know. And your inner child, like I said, was someone that was very much in their body. And here's the body, the pentacle is the body, and they know how to be grounded. And so I think there's a real call here, Gemini, for you, first of all, to start grounding your body, and I'll leave a playlist that for you, and also to start getting in contact with your inner child. And the way I do that is I journal and I talk to them and they talk to me back. And so I can teach you that in my journaling and some of my journaling videos that I'll attach in the end. So I'll leave you with grounding and I'll leave you with journaling. Very important. Those are my two most important tools to start to talk to my inner children. And they tell me some things that I didn't know were sitting in my shadow. So, Gemini, I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This is the most important journey of your life. I know it's very, very difficult, but it's very important. And thank you for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.